is I saw these the other day when I was down at Ikea. Now bear with me, don't switch off, bear with me. Welcome back to the fish room. I've got something cool today. This. Oh, look how small it looks on camera. So this is a new tank from TMC, Tropical Marine Centre. It's called the Biome, or Biome, I think it's meant to be. And the cool thing is it's got a heat. Try again. It's got a heater, it's got a filter, it's got a light unit. They're all low wattage, and they all run off of one plug. So this is in no way a sponsored video. I just know a few of the guys and girls that work at TMC, and they managed to get this out to me. This is one of the first ones in the country, and they're getting the delivery, I think, next week or this week, or I don't know when this video will be out, to be honest. They might already be here. The marketing guys and girls actually opened it up and took some photos of it. So that's why it's all open. But I love the packaging. How cool is that packaging with all the plants on it? It looks like it's fully set up. How nice would that be just to get home and go plop, all fully set up. Anyway, let's have a quick look. We'll do a quick unboxing in this, but I really want to just scape it today. I've never worked with the filter. I've never worked with the light. I don't know how efficient the heater is. So it's all things I want to find out. So we're going to scape it today, get it set up. I'm going to live with it and use it for the next couple of weeks, and we'll see how well it performs. So the reason I won't do a proper unboxing on this is because I don't actually know if this is how it will turn up. This being the first one in the country, there might be a few things that obviously they change. The packaging will probably be a little bit different because they've obviously stripped it out to have a look at it themselves and get it photographed ready for Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, I expect. But yeah, anyway, really nice box still. I really do like the boxes. Where do I go from here? Well, instructions. Do you know what? We might need them, mightn't we? We might need them. I'm guessing that's a filter and a light unit, and I'm guessing they just chucked all that in there to stop it rattling around. Right, that's it. Cool. Oh my word. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, there is a glass lid that I didn't see, and it just bounced off the back. I'm just going to move this out the way. Okay, cool. Does this just slide out? Okay, nice. That just slides out. Let's get this out. Drop the box. Oh, cool. It sits up on these little feet. Can you see that? Yeah, it's got little cylindrical feet that it sits up on. Okay, nice. First impressions. It looks good. So, what else have we got here? A transformer. Ah, so this is what I was saying about. Do they matter which ones? No, they all look the same. So, this plug here has got 3 leads on it. So, heater, filter, light unit, which is quite cool. I do quite like that, and I'm guessing... Oh, the filter's probably already in there, actually, isn't it? Because that's all included in the back. Some little clips for the glass lid that I nearly smashed. A heater that is now on the floor. Box. Oh yeah, look. Little diddy heater. Little diddy light unit. Nice. Okay, let's get all this on. Get it all on. I suppose there's nothing more to say there. Let's get it on. So we've got the light unit. Now it's got a touch button on the top, and it's just got like 7 different color settings, which is quite cool. That one looks like the brightest one, to be honest. Obviously it's a little bit like weird because I've got 2 tanks next to it. This isn't going to be its final place. I think I'm going to take it back downstairs, and I'm going to have it on my, well, I've got like a cabinet that I keep everything on, so I think I'm going to have it on there because I think it would look cool. But with that in mind, I've got to try and scape this. So now my style of scaping is normally quite naturalistic and quite... Naturalistic? Is that a word? Anyway, quite natural. Wood, rocks, plants, you know, that sort of natural style. Botanicals, leaf litter, things like that. Now, I've seen a few things that are going around at the moment on the internet of like quite man-made scapes, I suppose you would say. So I wanted to give it a go. And there's a big divide sometimes in the community where someone will do something a little bit different and everyone hates on it, or everyone like, oh no, I don't like that. Well, that's fine, but scaping is for everyone. Fish keeping is for everyone. And if you want to put that into your tank, then fine. So what I'm talking about is I saw these the other day when I was down at Ikea. Now bear with me, don't switch off, bear with me. This is gonna look cool. So I'm gonna plant them up. A few people have done it already. I've seen, they call them, what do they call them? There's an actual name for it. Hang on. I thought there was a name for it. I honestly did. But the two things I did find last night with Ikebana, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, which is like Japanese flower arranging, but you do it like in a ceramic dish or a bowl or something. But I think there's there's some rules to that. So this isn't really that. And the other thing is obviously Wabi Kusa, which is something that I've been that I've looked at and watched for years and years and years, and done a few of them as well. But again, that's not really this. So we're going something, a hybrid of these ideas and these concepts and putting it into the little fish tank. I think it's going to be cool. I think it could work. But stick with me because, like I say, aquascaping is for everyone. And if this is something that like you like the look of, then do it. Have fun with it. I once knew a lady in the shop. This was probably 15 years ago. She had a coffee shop tea room sort of thing. And she had a big fish tank in there, and she decorated it all with teacups and saucers and all these mad plates that she had picked up from like second-hand shops. And she had built them into caves and into different structures. It was madness, but it looked really, really cool with the planting in it. So people have been doing it for a long, long time, and I think it's just cool. Let's bring some more people and do something a little bit different. Now, like I said, I don't think this is going to be its final place of staying. Staying? That's the wrong word. I quite like the spots. So I'm thinking, just very simply, that. Which one do I like better? The flowers or the flowers and the plants? I like the flowers and the plants. I think that'll fit the style a little bit more. And then my thought was to go there and there. Obviously, if you like the look of these bowls are just from Ikea. They're like £10 for a set. I think that's really simple, but it looks a bit rubbish like that. So I think I need to add some things into it to make it a little bit more exciting. What is the extra thing that this needs? Now, I was thinking rocks, but I'm not feeling rocks. I think wood. I think it needs wood. So, I quite like this bit. Oh, this is going to be a bit tricky to get in. That way? No, see, I think this is going to be too big. I'm going to rip that nozzle off the filter, aren't I? Oh, okay, it does fit. Just, that is tight. I quite like that. That's cool. But does it then lend? See, this is what I'm thinking, look. That one would then go down in there. You need to prop it up on something. And then that one would go in there. That is the way I'm going to view it downstairs. I'm not feeling that bit. It's too chunky. It's hitting the glass in too many places. It's too big and chunky. Let's try another bit. The other bit I've got is this one. But that really doesn't lend itself to having the bowls sat on it, does it? No, not one bit does that lend itself to the bowls. I think that's all my... Oh no, one more. Oh, I think this one's too twiggy. That way? Doesn't even fit in the tank. No, not feeling this. Oh, okay. Fits in that way. So where would the bowls go? One in there. Oh, I'm going to break these in a minute. I can see it coming. Right, that's against the glass, which I don't want it to be. But I can build some rocks up in behind or something. Oh, hang on. So I definitely want 3 in. Okay. Last up there still. Oh, now that's better. I'm sold on that. Yeah, because I'm going to view it, where I've got it downstairs, I'm going to view it sort of on this corner. So having that bowl there with plants in, those bowls, I think that's going to look cool. I'm thinking black sand to really highlight the bowls, really brighten them up. Obviously, you're not going to see a lot of the decoration from the inside of the bowl, but you are going to see the outside pattern. So black sand, maybe a few bits of lava stone just to prop up the bowls. I think we're good then. Okay, so I didn't realise how dusty the black sand was. So we've got this like black glittery, not glittery at all. It's a black sand. It's got some browns mixed into it. and some greys. I think that's just going to make everything pop. We don't want the sand to be too bright, so it takes away from the bowls. Lastly, just to add a few bits of detail, we've got some black lava stone. Now the cool thing with planting them up in bowls is that I can take all the bowls out, plant them and replace them, I think. That should work absolutely fine. So you can almost prepare. I don't think you need to say pre-prepare, do you? Anyway, you need to prepare the bowls outside of the aquarium. Where are we going to do that? Oh, you can't see. I've got a magical drawer. Let's do it. To fill these bowls up, we are going to use a little bit of a mixture. So what we've got is a little bit of Nutribase. That'll go in the bottom. Just like a power sand, I suppose, sort of thing. Just loads of minerals and foods for the plants in there. And then we're going to do... Where's that gone? There it is. A little bit of substrate, like flora base. So that is, again, just going to give a good planting medium for all the plants going in there. Right, we're done. Nice. So what we're going to do now, let's actually slide that tank back. Love it when tanks are empty and you can just move them around. Put them up there. On the floor it goes. Now, where's my plants gone? Right, so I've got my plants. Where should I put them? Put them here. So I've just had them sat in a bucket overnight. Now, we have got, drip dry, some Hygrophila pinnatifida. I'm never very good with that plant, but we're going to give it a go in here. We have got some nice Bacopa compacta. And then, to test out this light unit and see how well it really does, is some Alternanthera. Now, Alternanthera is a difficult plant to grow, so I'm not expecting too much because it can be a tricky one. As always, we're going to have to prep our plants, so we're going to have to get them out of these pots and clean all the rock wool off of them. Shout out as always to Aquaflare. Their plants are just insane. Look at the roots coming off of this Bacopa. How mad is that? They're just so good. But yeah, let's get all these cleaned up, tidied up, and then we can commence planting. Now we've got all our plants prepped, we can plant up in the bowl. That, I think, was the background one. I suppose it doesn't really matter as long as I know where I'm planting them once they're in there. But yeah, I'm thinking a load of red stems. Oh, this could be trickier than I thought, actually. I thought this was going to be quite easy to plant into there, but it might not be. I've armed myself with my trusty tweezers. Right, so the left bowl's got more plants in it than the right bowl, because this one's going to be the one that's placed right at the back. What I'm going to do as well is I've got some of these crypts from another tank, so I'm just going to put a few sprigs of them in there as well, and a little touch of hair grass. I just want these bowls to be like bursting, so I don't mind if all the plants get tangled. I just want them to be like popping with life and plant. So now we're finished with the back two, we're going to do the front one. Now I'm thinking a few little Bucephalandra. We've got a nice potted Bucephalandra as well from Aquaflare. That's a theia green, so that's a really nice one. And then I've got more in vitro hairgrass and more in vitro Monte Carlos. All our bowls are fully planted up. I'm glad I done it up in the fish room because I didn't quite think about how much of a mess putting all of those in would make. And do you know what the stupid thing is? I released that video the other day where in the better tank that I first ever set up on my channel, I said in the video, make sure you have a tray because a tray makes tidying up so much easier. And I have just chucked all of this composty black soil everywhere. Anyway, I done it up in the fish room, so it's not too bad. I can shut the door and Katie will never know. let's get this downstairs now and into its final position where I can fill it up, and then we can let it rest for a week before we get the fish. So we got it in location. It should turn on. Hey, helps if you press the button rather than the cable joiner. Now I've got to fill it. Now I've realised that when I fill this, the water's going to flood into those bowls, and that might cause the plants to go bleh and float out. So I'm going to have to do it really, really, really slowly. I will be cutting off some of the top stems because they are too tall. Obviously I planted it out of the tank and I didn't know how high that bowl was, but we'll just reuse them. We'll chop the tops off, replant the tops, and that will just give us a bigger, bushier plant. So yeah, let's get it filled. Filters on, heaters on, like I say, all runs off that one little plug with the 3 splitters, I suppose you'd say. All that's left to do is put some tap water safe in there and a little bit of filter starter, and then we're just going to leave it. Now, NT Labs tap water safe only needs like 2 mil for this tank, so it's hardly anything. And I think it's exactly the same for the filter starter. 10 mil per 50 litres, yeah, so literally about 5 mil. Get that in there, and then it is just a waiting game of letting it mature. I'll see you back here when it's ready, hot, done, filtered, all of the above. We're back. It's been 10, 11 days-ish. Yeah, it's doing really, really well. All the plants are stood up, everything's sort of lush. The reds haven't melted yet, which is good. I can see some signs of growth, so I think it's going to be okay. We'll see how it does long term, but I think it's going to do all right. It's really good. Now, I have been dosing some plant food, so I've been dosing the plant boost, and I've been dosing the CO2 booster as well. That's made them just a little bit more perky as well and kept them going, but there's obviously a lot of power in those bowls for the roots to get around. So yeah, I think they're going to do all right. So next up, we've got the fish. Now for this, I thought it's quite an ornamental scape, so I didn't want anything like silver or wild or anything like that. But I did have up in quarantine upstairs a little group of panda guppies and some babies that they've given birth to over the last few weeks. So I think the male's like a silvery blue with black tail. I think they'll just look really nice in amongst these lush green plants and the blue bowls. I think they'll look really good. Like I said, these guys and girls have been living upstairs in my quarantine tank for a little while, so they've had a few babies. So I've just taken some time to acclimatise them to the water parameters, and now we're going to release them. Male's going to be... oh no, male's swimming backwards. There is a few ram's horn snails in there as well, but they can go in. There we go. Let's give them a bit of time to settle down, and then we'll come and have a look how they're doing. Like I said at the start of this video, wanted to try something a little bit different, and you know, there's just so many different styles out there and people have so many different tastes. It's nice to show something like this that's a little bit, I suppose, modern and not as nature style. It's just a little bit different, and I think that's the key to everyone having success with aquascaping, is if you like something different, do it. Don't look at all these other people, find your own style and enjoy the process of scaping a tank. You could do so many different variations on a setup like this with more plants or less plants, or maybe even just carpeting plants in each of the bowls. I don't know, there's so many different ideas that I've got now with this. Yeah, I think it could be something that evolves into something bigger, maybe. I really like it because it's a bit like a bonsai tree. You know, you get that shallow dish and then you get the tree out the top of it. It's a similar sort of thing to that, and I quite like it. It's just a little bit different. I'll let you know over the next few weeks how this does. I think by the looks of it, it's going to be all right. I'm still wary about that red plant. It won't have settled in properly yet. But normally, if it's going to struggle that much, it'll have gone by now. It'll have melted back. So we'll see. Fingers crossed it will be all right. But I'll keep you updated and let you know how this tank does. Thanks for watching. If you've got this far, thanks for sticking around to the end. Obviously, remember, subscribe, like, comment, all of that good stuff, because it just helps the channel grow even more. I'll see you in the next one. Don't know what's next. I never know what's next.